Good evening. First tonight, we can reveal that police here in the East Midlands have set up their own team of terrorism investigators. Well, it follows a series of arrests and court cases involving people from this region.
The man in charge is appealing to families of fighters who travelled to Syria and who may now be heading back. He's been speaking to our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Hall.
Yes, this is about hardened extremists who went to join the so-called Islamic State. And what happens if they try to come home after years of brutal fighting? Now, the police can't reveal how many people from the East Midlands travelled out there, but they've told me it's significant numbers in double figures. And I've been speaking to the detective in charge of the unit that's trying to protect us from them. Mark Pollock's the head of what's known as Special Branch here in the East Midlands. They're monitoring suspected extremists to stop an attack on home turf.
It is a significant concern. These individuals will have seen some horrific activity out there. They may remain radicalised. They may still hold the same awful views that they held before they went out, and they may seek to continue their activity here. So it's really important that we know who they are, where they are, families, close friends. Those are the individuals who they may remain in contact with, and it's really important that they let us know.
That's what prompted the arrest of Mudassir Hussain as he was travelling from Derby to Syria. His family told the police that he was on the way to fight for IS. And Bill Knopp says his officers are visiting families whose relatives have reached the Islamic State.
We go in, typically we're talking to mum and dad and also those siblings, and we're trying to give them reassurance as well as a point of contact. But also what we're doing is to make sure that individual who's travelled gets home in a controlled way, to ensure other people from that family don't travel out, and also to check whether anyone else within that family has been radicalised.
Well, clearly some real concerns there, Jeremy, but just how serious is the terrorist threat here for us in the East Midlands?
Well, and because a lot of this work's so top secret, we simply don't know how many of these plots are disrupted without prosecutions. But the police say the few that go to trial are fairly typical of what they're dealing with. You will remember the most serious plot was in Derby. That's where Munir Muhammad tried to make a powerful bomb. Ryan Council was arrested in Nottingham. He was trying to join Islamist fighters abroad. And Samir Gumrah tried to radicalise a Leicester schoolboy by showing beheading videos. Now, all of those cases were investigated by the North East Counter-Terrorism Unit. What's happened now is that a specialist team of investigators had started working here in the East Midlands. And Mark Pollock told me that they're dealing with most of the new terrorism inquiries here.
Nationally, there are some 3,000 individuals under investigation. There's towards 600 investigations ongoing. And that's reflected within the East Midlands. So it is a significant concern.
But this isn't only about Islamic State, is it?
No, it's not. They're also investigating things like far-right extremism, particularly another terrorist group called National Action. And, you know, the real challenge, of course, is working out who's the most serious threat at any time and making sure that no one slips through that net.
OK. Jeremy, thank you very much indeed.